with your performance throughout the game?
Yeah, it's a tough one. They play very good in the half court. They run their stuff, I think, is maybe better than anybody in the competition. And they really scrap and hustle on the defensive end. And tonight, just as far as execution goes and defensive breakdowns, they had us. You know, they moved the ball better than we did. They defended better in the half court than we did. But I mean, the killer was last time, you know, a guy like McDaniel and Josh Adams. And then this time I thought we did a pretty good job on those guys. And it was, you know, Steindl, some were, we focused on that. Some were great offensive execution. Some of them were really, really tough shots. And on our side of the floor, you know, and I'm not like our shooters with the 15-point lead. You know, we got Timmy in there to go with the small lineup to match up with them, and he only played 11 minutes and had 8 good looks, and he's our shooter. And, you know, we live and die by that, and he missed all 8. And I think that's where and I'm definitely not finger pointing at anybody. Everybody has games where you make shots and miss shots, and you want to get your shooters shots. So I thought Jessup got shots. I thought Tyler got shots. And then, you know, the swinger in this has been Harry Frawling and Conrad, and that's how we beat Phoenix. And tonight, it just didn't happen. But on the positive, you know, there's still 9 games to play in this thing. We're not out of it, but this is a real kick in the guts. It's one you have to get. But I liked the way we finished the game. There was no quit in us. We could have let that thing go from 15 to 30, and we didn't. We fought back and gave ourselves a chance to win. But still need growth in the areas of concern, moving that ball, taking too many quick shots. And on the defensive end, they're the extreme. And, you know, I still think we're better than we were when we played them last time in those areas.
You mentioned too many quick shots, and that was noticeable. You weren't eating up a lot of shot clock time and firing up 3-pointers early in the shot clock. Is it a matter of trying to get better balance there, or are you happy to back your shooters?
I'm happy to back my shooters, but I did think that they switch. They play small ball. They switch everything. They get in the lanes, and I thought we got a little panicky. You know, we got some good looks in transition, and they just didn't go down. They send all 5 guys to the glass, so we kept saying if we get the rebound, we can run on them. And if we get Jessup or Tyler or, you know, Isaac or Tim Conrad, their feet set before the defense is set, that's our best scenario to get that's as good an offense as we're going to have. But the ones that were critical is when it was 5-on-5 and we came up the floor and we shot the ball on the first side. And I think when we fell behind, again, this team has done to us twice. We've stayed in the games these last 6 or 7 where we've either been playing from in front or we've been right in it. And tonight, we fell down early in the second quarter, and when it got to that set stuff that you're talking about, we had too many possessions where we tried to shoot our way back into it. So some of them, I know I'm waltzing around on this, but some of them we got to back ourselves. That's the strength, and that's the recruiting we did in the offseason. Get those guys 3-point shots in transition, get them stuff with their feet set. But in the half court, we got to move the ball. And tonight, from the middle of the second quarter on, they used the ball like 14 or 15 seconds a possession in the half court. So that's something you don't deal with either. So that compounds the situation you're talking about it. You jack it up, and now you're back on defense for 15 seconds. So that was definitely what you're saying there, a factor in the game. But there was also a factor where we got our guys looks on stops with their feet set. And, you know, our best shooter went 0 for 8. That's our Steindl.
The last one for me, I mean, obviously it's now becoming a real dogfight for that fourth spot. You've got Sydney. I guess this was a chance to put some distance between you and the JJs. Is it now kind of a real genuine three-cornered dogfight for that spot in the form?
Well, I said to our guys, I mean, this one you can't afford to lose this game. And you look at our schedule, it's daunting. But what gives us a chance is the actual fact that we're playing all the teams in the four, whether it be on the road or at home. I mean, we've got Sydney twice, we've got Perth, we've got Melbourne, and if we lose those games, we're out. If we win those games, we got a great chance of getting in. Tonight would have been, just in the fact of what we've been doing in momentum, coming here after what happened last time would have been a huge lift for us. And, you know, we haven't had fortune all season. And now it leads to just what we play Phoenix at home the next game. If you win, you're back in it. If you lose, you're starting to roll where you're out of this thing. So tonight was disappointing, but we do play a team in the top four at home on our next one.
Thanks, Will.
Thank you.
G'day, Gorge, Mitch from the Mercury, mate. You answered a lot of what I was going to ask there in that final one, but you've spoken often in the last sort of month and to us in timeout saying, you know, we're playing for our lives, guys. This is big. Do you still feel that the boys are struggling? The penny hasn't quite dropped there because it just seems to be this little bit, you know, steps forward and then a couple of steps back and throwing yourself sort of back into that washing machine at the back.
I can honestly say the guys really understand the scenario that they're in, and desperation and what was talked about in the prior questions. Maybe we did make mistakes in quick shooting the ball, not executing like we could or at an elite level. But as far as what you're asking there, these guys want it really, really bad. And I walked in that locker room after the game, before the game, during the game when we're 15 down. The conversations coming out of their mouth. The bench in the fourth quarter, we're 15 down, and they start the quarter, we're 10 down, and they start the quarter with 2 threes. Like bang, bang. Now you're 16, 17 down, and you look up, this thing's done. But there was no quit in them, no bad signs as far as that side of it goes. There's other issues, other things you can be critical of, but as far as the understanding of the importance of the game, the desperation, the want, I got no question with them there at all. They want this thing bad, and they know that and understand the importance.
Yeah, Isaac Gorge spoke to it pretty powerfully just there, but you know, from a player's perspective, is it sort of, obviously you guys are all well aware of the situation you're in and I guess the fight that's going to be required to get there to what that ultimate goal is?
Yeah, as aware as we can be. You know, we've talked about a common goal from the start, but I think the slide we had a couple of weeks ago kind of made it a reality that we're going to have to really fight for this. But no, we're all very aware of it. You know, we do the work. And when we trust we can get there, but games like tonight show that we still have strides to make to be a contender, and then once we get there, be able to compete in the four.
Does that seem like for you guys now, the team you've got and the way you have performed against some of the top teams, it's not a matter of being able to compete when you get there. The battle looks like it's going to be to actually get there once you're there. You know, you've certainly got enough in your arsenal to give it a shape. Yeah,
I mean, definitely. I don't think there's like a pull-away team. I think, you know, we've only played Melbourne once. They're the top group right now. And, you know, we probably could have beaten them. So we definitely know we have the firepower to beat anyone. But, yeah, it's definitely the struggle is going to get there right now because we've dropped some ones that may cost us.
That's it for me, guys. Thanks.
Electric in there in those last 90 seconds. How did that feel?
Say it again, sir.
I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Isaac, the atmosphere in there just seemed absolutely electric. How did that feel from that Tassie crowd?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as we walked in, the fans were there like, you know, an hour early, and we thought that was pretty cool. So, like, we were always excited for the challenge, even though they're not cheering for us. We love those environments. We actually talked about it as a group before the game, but I mean, I don't know. I think next time, hopefully we can silence them, but yeah, fun to play in this league. It's good to see that fans are out at these games and stuff like that. I think that it's a credit to the JackJumpers. You know, they get around their basketball and it shows. So fun environment to play in, but still would have been much more fun to shut them up.
We good to go? Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Thank you.